well, the painting is the most involved thing because, you know, I mean, if you want it to come out good, you have to spray it and then let it dry overnight, then wet sand it, spray it again. You know, you have to do that about 6 times if you want it. I mean, the more coat you put on and wet sand it, the more shiny, the more glossy it looks. And, you know, it's all a matter of, you know, sometimes I just get fed up and go, what the hell, who cares what it looks like?
So this is called a spin twist hinge top paint rig. It's what I'll be using to hold the guitar as I turn it. And you'll see that right here is a piece. It comes off, and on the one end, you'll see those 4 screw holes. Well, the 2 in the middle, those are the ones I'm going to be using. So I'm going to drill a couple of pilot holes in the guitar body in the pocket for the neck. They're not going to be deep holes, and it won't harm the body. I didn't want to use the existing holes in the body because I don't want to accidentally make those wider than they should be, because those are the ones to which the neck attaches. So anyway, when the guitar is affixed to this part of the bar here, the bar is put back on here, and then you can twist the guitar this way, rotate it. You can turn the guitar around as you're painting. And I think this is going to make the whole job a much easier thing to do. So again, that's a spin twist. I think I paid about 135 bucks or something like that for it. Now you need a sturdy tabletop to affix that spin twist to. So I got this Works portable work table clamping system and sawhorse. And what was really important about this selection was just this part here, because keep in mind you're going to clamp the spin twist to this tabletop and you're going to be turning this guitar on the tabletop. You don't want these legs to be swiveling and etc. And that square keeps those legs nice and rigid as the tabletop is getting torqued a bit. So, and I think this cost me about 139 Canadian. Not a big expense. It's plastic. It'll probably last for a good long time, won't rust. So yeah, it's the Works Pegasus. And it comes actually with a couple of clamps, which probably could be used to clamp the spin twist right to it. Now, in addition to the work table, I've also bought a number of things over at my friendly Canadian Tire. One is I think it was about $11 AccuTemp thermometer. I'm going to put this in the bucket of water into which I'm going to put the paint cans and heat them to hopefully about 120 degrees Fahrenheit. You'll see that this one will go, you know, Fahrenheit's on the left-hand side. I only need it to go to about 120, so this should do the trick. This is in the cooking section at Canadian Tire. Also, we've got in our goodie bag here, you need to have this because nitrocellulose paint, which is the kind I'm going to be using, does bad things to you if you don't use the right kind of respirator. This one is made by 3M. It's the 3M multi-purpose quick latch reusable respirator. And there's the other specs on that. I've gotten a box of just plain old surgical gloves, latex gloves, because when you're touching a guitar that you're going to paint, you don't want to put hand oil or any kind of body oil on the surface, the painting surface, because the paint might not stick properly then. Now, not knowing which tabletop I was going to have, I bought a number of clamps, $6 a piece, just to clamp the spin twist onto the tabletop. I've got some blue painter's tape. That's going to be necessary because you want to put, you want to protect the neck pocket where the neck goes. I've got a tack cloth, so before I paint the wooden guitar, I'm going to make sure that there aren't any little bits of dust or wood, you know, just dust, wood dust, etc. Because I'm going to be taping this guitar up, I want to have an easy way of removing the tape without tearing the paint that it's attached to or that's around it. So I got myself a Fiskars craft knife, which is basically a razor knife. I think that was about $6. All right, so this is the body that I bought from Warmoth. Swamp Ash, haven't seen it yet, haven't opened the box yet. So let's get to that. packing slip. And I'm going to take the body out of the box because I don't want to spread these popcorn things all over the place. So let's have a look at this thing. Oh, first, I'm going to put on some rubber gloves because I don't want to put any body oils onto the surface of the guitar. It's been pre-treated for paint, so it doesn't need to have any grain fillers or anything like that done to it. Unfortunately, these things seem to come in only one size. And it's one of those, the glove does not fit, you must have quit situations. Well, that's about as good as we're going to get. A little bit of a tear, but anyway. And there it is. So this body has been, as I said, prepared for painting purposes, do-it-yourself painting purposes. All I've got to do is make sure that I protect the parts of the body that aren't to be painted. Primarily it's the neck pocket, because that's going to be a very tight little space for the neck. So I'm going to use the Scotch brand blue original painter's tape. There's an old skit about a Scotch tape store. All they sold was Scotch tape, various kinds. I don't remember if that was the same skit where they said, if it ain't Scottish, it's crap. Probably not. I'm going to try and get it right to the edge. At least for me, it looks like these gloves are just too small for me to work with, and working with the tape just is an added difficulty. So all the best intentions, gonna have to go without. I'm not going to worry about getting paint in the pickup areas. That's fine. Okay, time to affix this to this. And to do that, we're going to use 2 screws, these 2. But first I'm going to drill pilot holes. Now I've got to make sure I got the right size. A drill bit can't be too large or else the screws won't hold. I think I'm going to go with the 1/8. Now these screws, they're short enough that they won't go all the way through the body, but what I have to do is mark the drill bit so that it does not go into the body any further than the from the top of the screw there to the point. And so I'm going to put some tape on the drill bit itself to mark that depth. Just a little flag using the screw itself as a indicator, so just to there. Try to be as vertical as possible. Make sure it's spinning the right way. I'll take my time. That's good enough there. That's good enough there. Now I'm going to replace the drill bit with proper screw head, which is a Phillips in this case. Make sure that the size of the Phillips screw bit that you use fits snugly, as this does, into the screw. And I'm not going to put it all the way in just yet. I'm going to put both of them in part of the way, so that I've got a little bit of slack in case the one screw isn't perfectly lined up with the other. There, that does it. All right, so the guitar is ready. Now we got to get over to the painting station, which is an inflatable tent, and we're going to be using the spin twist rig to turn this and to turn the guitar around while I paint. All right, so we're going to open this Vevor brand inflatable painting tent. That's the tent itself, I think. Tent pegs, spray paint, paint-proof user manual, and then this is the blower that's going to inflate the tent. And it's a 3-prong, okay. All right, so as it turns out, there's two little exhaust ends or openings that come open, just unzip. All right, can you bring the hammer over? Just on the ladder there. All right, so we put the workbench in there that I bought yesterday, and we'll get the spin twist on there. Warm day, not that hot, but warm enough. All right, so we're ready for the guitar. Here's the guitar. Oh, shouldn't touch it. Okay. Just put it on the spin twist. Now it comes with the back plate just sort of resting on there with tape. The screws inside it, so we're going to remove that before we start painting, of course. So I'm using Oxford Alpine White as my first color. It's a nitrocellulose lacquer, so you have to be careful with this stuff. Make sure you wear a proper mask. They suggest that you heat the paint before you use it to about 120. So I've used tap water, hot tap water, and you can see the thermometer here has got me at about 120. So I'm going to drop the paint in here for about 20 minutes before I use it. All right, so I've got my old law school t-shirt on, something I can afford to paint white. I've got my 3M mask to take care of the vapors. The paint's been sitting here for 20 minutes, getting up to temperature, so we're ready to go there, 120 degrees. And we're just going to go and apply our first coat of paint to the guitar. So it's been sitting on the stand there for an hour, and I've had my Oxford paint can in here for another 15 to 20 minutes with some fresh, newly hot water from the tap. Now, Oxford provides two kinds of nibs. One's just a circle shape, and the other is a slant, like a line or an oval shape. This is the line or oval shape. The problem with this one is that it doesn't turn, so it only goes the one way as far as I can tell. That means that if I'm painting and if I want to cross the paint that I had before, instead of going in the same direction, I'd have to tilt the can like that. And I'm not sure if that's going to be an effective way of painting, so I might replace this nib with the circular nib to do the next pass. All right, so the paint has now been sitting in the hot water, 120 degrees Fahrenheit, for 20 minutes. So we're gonna go for our third and final pass.